The Holocaust was a horrific event in human history. From 1933 to 1945, Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, systematically murdered millions of people. Jews were the primary target, but other groups were also persecuted. These included Roma, people with disabilities, political opponents, and LGBTQ+ individuals. The Nazis used hateful propaganda to spread lies about Jews. They blamed them for Germany's problems. They stripped Jews of their rights and possessions, forcing them into ghettos and concentration camps. The Nazis used these camps for forced labor, torture, and mass murder. The Holocaust resulted in the death of 6 million Jews. This genocide left an indelible scar on the world. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and unchecked power. The Holocaust's impact extended far beyond its immediate victims. It shattered families, communities, and an entire culture. It also fundamentally reshaped global politics. The Holocaust led to the creation of the United Nations and international laws against genocide. To understand the Holocaust, we must understand the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany. After World War I, Germany faced economic depression and political instability. The Nazis, a fringe political party, exploited these conditions. They promised to restore Germany to its former glory. Central to the Nazi ideology was anti-Semitism, the hatred of Jews. The Nazis blamed Jews for Germany's defeat in World War I and its economic woes. They portrayed Jews as a dangerous and parasitic race that threatened Germany's purity. Upon seizing power in 1933, the Nazis quickly moved to implement their anti-Semitic agenda. They passed laws that stripped Jews of their citizenship, barred them from certain professions, and confiscated their property. Jewish businesses were boycotted, and synagogues were vandalized. The Nazi regime used propaganda to spread their hateful ideology. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, and films bombarded Germans with anti-Semitic messages. Children were indoctrinated in schools. This relentless campaign of hate created an atmosphere of fear and intolerance towards Jews. The violence against Jews escalated dramatically on November 9th to 10th, 1938, during Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass. Nazi paramilitary forces and German civilians attacked Jewish homes, businesses and synagogues throughout Germany and Austria. Synagogues were burned, windows were smashed, and Jewish shops were looted. Thousands of Jews were arrested and sent to concentration camps. Kristallnacht marked a turning point in the Nazi persecution of Jews. It signaled a shift from discrimination to outright violence. Following Kristallnacht, the Nazis intensified their efforts to isolate and dehumanize Jews. They forced Jews to wear yellow stars to identify themselves. They confined Jews to ghettos, overcrowded and unsanitary neighborhoods. With the outbreak of World War II in 1939, Nazi Germany's persecution of Jews reached a horrifying new level. The Nazis implemented the final solution, a plan to exterminate all Jews within their reach. The Nazis built extermination camps designed specifically for mass murder. Jews were transported to these camps from ghettos and concentration camps throughout Nazi-occupied Europe. The camps were equipped with gas chambers disguised as showers, where Jews were murdered with poison gas. The Nazis also implemented mass shootings by mobile killing squads, murdering Jews in occupied territories. The Holocaust was a meticulously planned and executed genocide. It was a crime of unprecedented scale and brutality. Section 5, Liberation and Loss, the Aftermath of the Holocaust. As Allied forces advanced across Europe in 1944 and 1945, they began liberating the Nazi concentration and extermination camps. The scenes that greeted the liberators were horrifying. They found emaciated survivors, mass graves, and gas chambers. The full extent of the Nazi atrocities was revealed to the world. The survivors of the Holocaust emerged from the camps physically and emotionally scarred. They had lost their families, homes, and communities. Many faced anti-Semitism and struggled to rebuild their lives. The Holocaust had a profound impact on the world. It demonstrated the depths of human depravity. and the urgent need to combat hatred and intolerance. It also led to the creation of the United Nations and international laws against genocide. The memory of the Holocaust serves as a reminder of the importance of human rights and the need to protect vulnerable populations. Section 6. A Homeland Reborn, Zionism and the Push for a Jewish State. The Holocaust had a profound impact on the Zionist movement. Zionism, the movement for the establishment of a Jewish state in Palestine, had existed since the late 19th century. The Holocaust made the need for a Jewish homeland all the more urgent. Jews had faced centuries of persecution and discrimination in Europe. The Holocaust demonstrated that Jews were not safe in Europe and needed a state of their own. After World War II, there was widespread international sympathy for the plight of Jewish refugees. The Zionist movement gained momentum after the Holocaust. Jews who had survived the camps were determined to build a new life in their ancient homeland. They were joined by Jews from around the world who saw Israel as a safe haven. Section 7. A Land Divided, the British Mandate and the UN Partition Plan. Palestine, the land where the Zionist movement sought to establish a Jewish state, was under British control after World War I. The British Mandate for Palestine, as it was known, was a complex and challenging situation. The British faced competing claims to the land from both Jews and Arabs. The situation became increasingly tense after World War II with the influx of Jewish refugees. In 1947, the United Nations voted to partition Palestine into two states, one Jewish and one Arab. The Jewish leadership accepted the partition plan, but the Arab leadership rejected it. They argued that it was unfair to give a portion of Palestine to a Jewish state. The partition plan was never implemented and the stage was set for conflict. Section 8. Birth Pangs of a Nation, the 1948 Arab-Israeli War and its aftermath. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion declared the establishment of the State of Israel. The following day, armies from neighboring Arab states invaded Israel. This marked the beginning of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, also known as the Israeli War of Independence. The war was a defining moment in Israel's history. The newly formed Israeli Defense Forces, outnumbered and outgunned, fought fiercely to defend their fledgling state. After months of fighting, Israel emerged victorious. The war had a profound impact on the region. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes during the fighting. They became refugees in neighboring Arab countries. Section 9. A nation forged in conflict, Israel, after 1948. Since its founding in 1948, Israel has faced numerous challenges. The country has been in a near-constant state of conflict with its Arab neighbors. Israel has fought several wars, including the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Despite these challenges, Israel has thrived. The country has developed a strong economy and a vibrant democracy. It has also absorbed millions of Jewish immigrants from around the world. Israel's relationship with the Palestinians remains a major challenge. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is one of the most intractable conflicts in the world. Peace negotiations have been ongoing for decades, but a lasting solution remains elusive. Section 10. Remembering the past, shaping the future. The Holocaust's enduring legacy. The Holocaust and the birth of Israel are two of the most significant events in Jewish history. They are inextricably linked. The Holocaust demonstrated the urgent need for a Jewish homeland, and the creation of Israel provided a safe haven for Jews who had survived the horrors of the Holocaust. The memory of the Holocaust continues to shape Israeli society. It serves as a reminder of the dangers of anti-Semitism and the importance of defending Jewish rights. It also inspires Israelis to build a strong and resilient nation. The Holocaust also has a universal message. It is a reminder that hatred and intolerance can have devastating consequences. It is a call to action to combat prejudice and discrimination in all its forms. The lessons of the Holocaust are as relevant today as they were over 70 years ago. we must never forget.